Tonight, we honor an organization that embodies the spirit of Dr. King's legacy and the grace with which he lived. Ladies and gentlemen, please join Coach Thompson and me in celebrating the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King as we present the 2007 Legacy of a Dream Award to the Organization of African First Ladies Against HIV/AIDS. As a special remembrance of their time with us today, we are pleased and honored to present to each First Lady a specially commissioned crystal to commemorate their presence with us today on behalf of the Organization of African First Ladies. And I am now pleased to present each of the First Ladies of Africa who are here to represent the organization.
Allow me to recognize the presence of the President of Georgetown University, Dr. DeJoya. Allow me to recognize my dear sister, the First Lady of Rwanda, Madam Kagame. The First Lady
Indeed, the Rwandan experience of turnaround from total breakdown to a functioning and hopeful nation is a miracle of humanity. And I truly believe that if Rwanda has succeeded in rising from the ashes of genocide, then no one should accept failure as an option. Ladies and gentlemen, because Dr. King's dream is the dream of every parent in the world, that we in Rwanda call for your support and understanding as we continue to teach children in all our schools the value of peace and tolerance and work every day for reconciliation and forgiveness to ring from every village and every home in our country. Once again, with my sisters, Maureen and Azeb, and on behalf of the First Ladies of Africa, I thank you for this priceless recognition that we shall proudly hold close to our hearts. May I make a special request to all of us here. Next time you come across a child pained by hunger and tormented by disease, next time you meet a child next time you see trauma and pain in the eyes of an orphan child, don't ask why or how, but just treat the child as your own. Thank you.
I also recognize the presence of my dear sister, the First Lady of Ethiopia, Madam Azebu.
Life and days, the struggle to overcome HIV/AIDS call for all similar efforts. HIV/AIDS is mortal threat to the human being family, especially its poorest members. Success in the struggle to defeat HIV/AIDS is a taste of our survival, as well as our humanity. When the First Lady gathered, we knew that we had a unique responsibility and equally unique opportunity to join in a global fight against HIV/AIDS. We also knew a mother that is both individual and collective responsibility to keep children away from harm. Hence, our message, treat every child as your own. Above all, we must ensure that everyone, everywhere. Please accept my thanks on behalf of the Organization of the African First Lady Against HIV/AIDS and the people of Ethiopia for your kind recommendation of our works. Thank you.
My dear sister, the First Lady of Ethiopia, Madame Azebu. Distinguished guests, the situation in Africa has to change. It will change. It is changing. However, we can only speed up this process of change if the world does not ignore us. Positive change will happen much faster if the world includes on its priority list the fact that world peace lies in every child getting the chance to have adequate food, access to clean drinking water, the opportunity to go to school, having a shelter, and being loved. Positive change will happen much faster if the tyranny of globalization and unethical multinational corporations does not smooth the economic activities of our toiling mothers. Positive change will happen much faster if access to essential medicines for HIV/AIDS, malaria, tuberculosis, among many other diseases, are not seen as non-profitable and therefore not worthy of investment by pharmaceutical companies. Friends, positive change will happen much faster when the rest of the world stops to think that Africa is a basket case. We, the members of OAFLA, are the first ones to admit the other side of the story, that the leadership of Africa is united to do their best. Distinguished guests, the honor of standing before you to receive the legacy of a Dream Award makes us feel inspired to work even harder. The opportunity to be associated with the dream and works of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. will nourish the efforts of the women of Africa and give them the willpower to exceed their expectations and efforts. This award is significant because it symbolizes the fact that Africa is not just about wars and failed states. It shows that good can come from Africa. Good does come from Africa. Through this award, ladies and gentlemen, through this award, we know that we are not alone in our efforts to help the women of Africa lift themselves out of poverty. Through this award, we know that we have friends and families in the wider world who walk with us to success.